Hey YouTube, Kier Twig here, bringing you guys my Super Quantum deck profile for February 2017. We actually got one new card for this deck out of the Raging Tempest booster pack, but I wanted to bring you guys an update just because it is a really fun deck and I've had a great time testing it out just with the play hands and a couple matches as well. Sadly, I don't have the big Mechazoid to show you in the video. I don't have the card, sadly, but I will show you what to put in for the card later on during the extra deck. But let's go ahead and get started. So the Super Quantum monsters all rely on Exceed Summoning, so I run 3 of each of the main. I run 3 Red Layer. Basically, he is a special summon effect when, if your opponent controls, if you control no monsters, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can only activate each effect of Red Layer once per turn. When this card is normal or special, you could target one Super Quant in your graveyard, add it to your hand. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target one Super Quant monster in your graveyard. Except for Red Layer, it's special summon it, but it in fact cannot be activated. So it's a very easy summon to get out. The whole point, like I said, of the Super Quant monsters is to Exceed Summon using them into the Megazord monsters, and then go into your big Megazord robot, which is basically almost unstoppable to get over if you have enough Exceed materials on it. But Red Layer is your main one. He's the strongest one also. He's for your rank 5 play for the red Zord, so you definitely got to run 3 of him. I also run 3 Green Layer. I see some people just run 2 of this card, but with the new spell card, which is the Alphen Strike, I find this card a lot more usable just because he can help search for the field spell with the discard effect. When it's normal or special summon, you can special summon one Super Quant monster from your hand. If this card is sent to the graveyard, you can discard one Super Quant card. To draw one card, you can only use each effect once per turn. So the discard effect really helps for the search effect later on by getting the Alphen Strike into the graveyard. If you don't want to use it for the shuffle effect, you can use it for the basically search effect from the graveyard to banish and search. Also using a new camera for my videos. Let me know what you guys think, if the resolution looks better, if it looks a little more clear. If it does to me, I just want to make sure because I like giving you guys the best quality videos that I can. Moving right along, I run 3 Blue Layer. This card is a Psychic monster, so it's also an emergency teleport target. When it's normal or special, you can add one Super Quant card from your deck to your hand, except for Blue Layer. And if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can target up to 3 Super Quant cards in your graveyard, shuffle them into the deck. You can only use each effect of blue once per turn. Like I said, it's a emergency teleport target, so an easy special summon effect, recycling ability, and the add effects really help with all of the Super Quant monsters because hand consistency is one thing you want to keep with this deck because you need it for a bunch of your different effects. And I also run 3 Alphon. Alphon, basically when it is once per turn, you can target one Super Quant monster you control, and all monsters levels you control become that level. So with this card, you can basically have your guaranteed Exceed Summon for the play, depending on which one you target. And also, you can reveal 3 Super Quant monsters with different names from your deck. Your opponent randomly picks one for you to special summon from your deck, and you send the rest to the graveyard. You can only use the effect of Super Quantal Alphen once per turn, this effect specifically. And it's a really good effect also for the adding and sending, because then you could just use whichever one you special to grab back cards from the graveyard or make use of the other effects, depending on what it is. And I also use 2 Star Drawing. I was actually torn between if I wanted to run 3 of this card or not, but I settled with 2 just because it's a bit slow with the normal summon, but that's what the Brilliant Engine in this deck helps with. This card can become a level 5 if you use it for an Exceed Summon, and the Exceed monster is summoned with this. You draw a card when it is Exceed Summon, so you can get for your level 4 or 5. Overall, great staple in the deck. Like I said, it helps out a lot with your plays. Same with Summoner Monk. I run 2 of this. Plenty of spells to run, so you can get your special summons off. Star Drawing helps a lot with the rank 5 plays. Summoner Monk is basically your guaranteed rank 4 to go for. And 3 Volcanic Shell. This is just for more hand consistency. Once you get this card in the graveyard, just pay 500 to add another one from your deck to your hand. So you keep the cards you need in your hand for the cost effects that we'll get onto later. Plus 2 Garnet. This is for the Brilliant Fusion. Brilliant Fusion just really helps for the deck, speeding it up. Normal summons, your special summon, then you just need those normal summons, and there are a lot of situations where you're going to think, if only I had one more, it would have really helped with this play. So that's where the Brilliant Engine comes in. And I also run 2 Snow Rabbit just for the send effect for Seraphinite for the Brilliant Fusion, and you also can special summon it off of the Emergency Teleport. So if you have Blue Layer summoned, you can use E-Telly to summon the Snow Rabbit. You can either go for their synchro play if you want, or you can overlay the two into your blue Zord. And now that is all for the monsters. Like I said, it's a really balanced play version in my opinion. Everything is usable. Nothing you open with necessarily can be a dead draw unless you open up like 3 volcanic shells. That's the only situation, but that rarely ever happened when I was testing. Now moving on to the spells, I run 3 of the field spell, Super Quantal Magna Carrier. This card is basically used, you discard 1 card to target 1 Super Quantum monster you control, special summon from your extra deck 1 Super Quantal Mech Beast XYZ monster with the same attribute of that monster by using it as Exceed material. So the discard effect comes in handy with this card. You need to discard to activate this. You get your monster off with 1 Exceed summon using this, so this is the most vital card to go for with your mech plays. And you also use this card by sending it with your other Super Quantal monsters to the grave. You send this to basically get out your big Mechazord monster by using the other ones you control in the field. So quick plays provided by this can make you get out your big guy monster very fast. And I run 3 of the new Super Quantal Alphen Strike. This card, I didn't think it would go off as much as it actually did. If you control 3 or more Super Quantum monsters with Quantum monsters with different names, shuffle as many cards your opponent controls as possible into their deck. Then your opponent special summons 1 monster from their extra deck. Ignoring the summoning conditions, you can banish this card and 1 Super Quantal Fairy Alphen from your graveyard to activate 1 Super Quantal Mech Ship Magna Carrier from your deck. So the shuffle effect is really cool. The only thing is you're giving them a monster, so depending on what it is, you're going to have to think of a strategy to get over it, unless it's like some unstoppable thing that your opponent just happens to be carrying in their extra deck. But there are some plays I'll show you later on that can actually be really trolly to help your opponent get over this. And it's, like I said, it's not that hard to get out 3 different Super Quantum monsters, which are red, green, and blue. You special summon the red, and then you can either special summon the blue off the E-Telly, or normal summon the green, and you have your play there. Brilliant Fusion play helps with the normal summons if you need to. There are multiple ways to get this card to go off, and the fact that you shuffle as many as possible, can wipe their field down, and then they have nothing. Like I said, all you have to worry about is that 1 special summon. And then the Brilliant Fusion Engine. This card is just, like I said, very needed in the deck to help speed things up. If you don't have the Brilliant Fusion Engine to play for the deck, you could take it out for Twin Twisters, MSTs, Regekis, Dark Holes. Like I said, for those, I'd still recommend keeping in the Ghost Ogres just for, the extra plays to get off with the special summoning on the E-Telly. Garnets can come out for another card of choice. Overlay Booster was one recommendation that I was given as a substitute for that if you really want to go off of for that. And 1 for 1, this is for Alphen to get out to the field to help either exceed plays. Very good use there. Emergency Teleport, obviously. Sadly, this card's only at 1 currently on the ban list. Otherwise, be a little more useful with the deck. But like I said, it's a great help when you open up with it. And Soul Charge, just so you can get back monsters from the graveyard to make use of. And just 1 Terraforming. The only reason I run 1 is because I tried 2, and I ended up with too many field spells in hand. You just need the 1. And the fact that I can use Alphen Strike to basically... I said strike, but it's spike. Alphen Spike to search out the field spell in a much faster way than terraforming without, having to use up a card in your hand to search for the card. Plus 1 instant fusion just for another additional exceed plays to go for. And then for traps, I run 1 Solemn Warning 1 bottomless, and 1 vanities. A small trap lineup, but like I said, the essentials. The one play that I learned while doing this deck is you can actually activate the Alphen Strike and then respond with vanities that was set. So if you do this, you shuffle and then chain vanities, your opponent can't special summon the monster, so you shuffle all their cards, respond with the vanities, and then they end up not being able to get out the special summon monster. So you end up taking care of their field and stopping the special summon play. So it is kind of a trolley play, but like I said, fun to get off. And now we'll move on to the extra deck. I run 2 Mana Liger. This is your red mech beast that you use. 2 level 5 monsters, unless you use the field spell, obviously. Cannot attack unless it has Exceed material. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Exceed material from this card, then target 1 monster on the field, destroy it. This effect can be activated during either player's turn. If this card has red layer as an Exceed material, once per turn, you can attach 1 super quantum monster from your hand or field to this card's Exceed material. So another use for the volcanic shells. Basically, it helps for the Exceed material, and the pop effect is always great as well. Makes it one of your most powerful Exceed monsters for the mech swords. And I run 2 Erebos, the green one. This is the level 4 one. It cannot attack unless it has Exceed materials as well. Once per turn, you can detach 1 XYZ material from this card, then target 1 other face-up monster on the field. Change it to face-down defense position. This effect can be activated during either player's turn. And if this card can be used, if you use green layer for the Exceed material, you can attach 1 super quantum monster from your hand or field to this card as an Exceed material. So really good there. I also made the mistake there that it said Super Quantum, so you can't use the Volcanic Shell from your hand, but like I said, you could still use that for the discard effect for the field spell, but making use of the Super Quantum monsters from your hand for the extra additional attachments for Exceed material for this card are very vital. And then lastly, 2 of the Grand Pulse for the Mech Beast monsters. Like I said, I don't have the big Zord, otherwise I would definitely find a spot for him. You want to run him, he's your big play to get off. But Grand Pulse has the same attachment effects, and with the blue layer you can attach 1 Super Quantum from your deck, can be used for the Exceed material, and this card pops the spell and trap cards by detaching a card on it, and it can't attack also unless it has Exceed material. But I like going 2/2/2 for all 3 of the beasts, just in case one gets destroyed, you still have options to summon other ones. And then for the rest of the deck, I run 1 Taras, Keeper of Genesis, 1 Volcasaurus for the rank 5 plays. If you have Zen Mao or Durandal, there are a lot of other options you can, but these are the only 2 that I have on me at the moment to run. Other than that, like I said, still very good and vital. And then for the rank 4s, I run Castel, number 101, Silent Arc, Abyss Dweller, and Dark Rebellion. And then for the other rank 3, just 1 Leviair. You get off the rank 4 and 5 much more often than you do the 3s, so this is why I just like keeping this here in case anything gets banished. And then for the fusion monsters, I run the 1 Norden for the instant fusion play, and the Seraphonite for the brilliant fusion play. So if I had to take anything out for, the fit for basically the big guy, the Megazord, I would probably take out the Volcasaurus just because the red Quantal does the same job basically as Volcasaurus, and you want to make room for the big guy in the deck. But yeah, that is it for the deck profile. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And like I said, I'm always looking for deck ideas from you guys. So if you guys have any other ideas for deck profiles you want to see, just comment down below and I'll let you know if I can make that happen. Hope you all enjoyed the video, and Kira Twig out.